Today I'm going over my overall experience visiting Egypt. When I first considered it, I immediately got a response from a friend saying that it was a bad idea because he didn't have a good experience. And then researching it further, I saw that there were a lot of people who had not so great experiences. When it comes to filming, it was stressful. After I had seen what was said online, and even going into my first hostel, on the window it said that I shouldn't film outside, I was concerned. But I was still able to get footage while being careful. Regarding getting scammed and things like that, I think partly because I look the way I do, I kind of blend in, and also because I'm a digital nomad. So I'm going to the cities, I'm working, I'm not spending all of my time at the touristic destinations. Because of that, I didn't also have so much of that bad overcharging kind of experience. In Cairo, I decided to stay at hostels because I wanted a little more of that social experience. The second hostel I liked quite a bit. It was called Dahab Hostel, and I got a good deal on essentially a private room. It was pretty good. It was a place that I could relax, do some exercise, film some videos, and I got an extended stay there. Internet-wise was pretty good. I think once I arrived in Cairo at the airport, I got an unlimited plan for like a month, and it was perfect. And I used that mostly for my internet. In Cairo, I was actually able to find a really cool co-work space called Consolia. They offered me a good deal for the length of time that I was there, and it was 24 hours. So for my procrastinating mind, it was a good thing that I was able to go there late at night, get work done when practically nobody else was there. Once I requested it, they gave me a higher speed internet. In general, Cairo was very convenient. I was able to use the Uber app a lot. I was able to use food delivery app a lot, mostly using the Talabat app, which is a popular app in a lot of the Arab countries. And the cool thing is that you can just add your Visa card, MasterCard, whatever to the app, and then it's just buying with that versus, needing to have money to exchange and things. When I was at the co-work at any time, I was able to order food and it was fairly cheap and fairly good. So this all cost about $10 or $9. And even for me as a vegan, I was able to find some options. Safety wise, I would say that I felt fairly safe. I will say in Cairo, it was one of the craziest road experiences I've ever had. Just gotta send it. Like, it's terrifying. It's like you're passing highways, passing these roads, and it's not just me. It was like, I was looking at locals being afraid to pass. But what I've learned is in these places where that's the culture, you essentially just gotta trust that the drivers will stop, which is kind of a foreign concept in the Western world. But here, you give them enough time to stop, they stop. Overall, Cairo was a really beautiful city, but a very chaotic city. It was one of the busiest cities I've ever felt to be in. It's just like constantly surrounded by people when you're walking, bumping into people. It's very, very social, lively, big. And it's also a city that feels like it truly never sleeps. I remember being out at 2 a.m. and seeing people out and about, shopping, having fun. I luckily had a local friend in Cairo, and I was able to explore some of the nightlife, and I was even able to visit a local market that was really cool. There was a lot of cool cafes, a lot of cool events, a lot of interesting things happening in Cairo that I wish I could visit again and experience more of. Another great thing about hostels is meeting people, and I was able to meet other travelers, two of whom were actually from Iran. They invited me to join them on their exploration of the pyramids, which is great because I was spending all my time working. And we booked a car, which is quite common, a driver who will take you to the different sites. A lot of people, they'll go to Cairo and they'll go to the Great Pyramids, but there are actually older pyramids and different structures. So we went to a place called Dashur, and we saw the Bent Pyramid, which is a pyramid that wasn't perfect. That was really interesting to see.
The reason that it's bent is that they didn't do the calculation right. So the first they started at this angle, and then they realized if they go up to the point with this, they can't manage, so they had to bend it.
We actually got to go inside the pyramids, which was kind of cool. It sounds cool. When you go inside, it's a lot of like not so comfortable, tight space, and then you go and it's not from really there because they took the things out.
Was it worth it?
Is it very insulting if I say no? No painting, no mummies, no tomb, nothing. Not even a dead body. Oh, there are lots of bats. Have you seen? Wow, okay, the bats worth it.
and a variety of other structures. We saw Ramses. I didn't have time that day to see the Great Pyramids with them, but on another day, I got an Uber from city center. I think it was like 30-40 minutes, fairly cheap, to see the Great Pyramids, and was able to walk around and see all that stuff. And generally, I avoided getting involved with tour guides and things like that.
Don't worry, I'm our work here, don't worry.
Yeah, thank you.
This way.
No, thank you. Iran. Merhaba. Shukran.
I may give you a good price.
Yeah? What do you give me?
You come from where?
Price is different from where I come.
Excuse me. I give you for 200 Egyptian because the face like Egyptian.
Yeah? I appreciate it. So honestly, I just want to walk. I also don't like so much with the animals.
The area is too big.
I'll try. Have a nice day. See that? I almost got a deal because my face is like Egyptian. I don't feel so comfortable with the horse carriages. And I've heard it's not that bad to walk actually. And these horses are suffering. Look at that guy. Bit of a walk, and I think it's just because it's like quite hot. It's not so great, but I'm still here pretty early. It's not that bad. I think the fog or the pollution or whatever is kind of helps.
In general, I will say the pyramids are incredibly majestic. It does blow your mind a little bit how these were accomplished with very different ancient technology. Or aliens. But if I'm being very honest, I didn't do the best job of sightseeing Egypt. I saw some pictures of some very beautiful sites in southern Egypt that I didn't get to see. There's also places like Dahab in the Sinai Peninsula that is really beautiful. One place that I did go was Alexandria. I was able to get a bus to Alexandria. Alexandria was a much more chill, relaxed, beautiful city, beautiful coastline. And once I arrived there, I think there wasn't great hostel options. And so I got a fairly affordable Airbnb, and it was definitely one of the strangest Airbnb experiences I've ever had.
Alright, so we enter, and this is like an office space. And then here's the bathroom. Here's the shower. Cozy. We got a sink here, and we got a bed here. I mean, it is like $10 a night, so.
There was a lawyer working in his office, and then there was a spare office, and that's where I was. It was strange, but it was interesting, and it was city center, and it was cheap. Mostly I was going to a cafe to work, and Alexandria is just beautiful to walk around. The shore side is really beautiful. I was able to connect with a fellow digital nomad there who was really kind and helpful, invited me to lunch, even to shisha together. I'm not one to encourage smoking, but when in Cairo. I also got to visit the Alexandria Museum, which is an incredibly beautiful structure, and highly recommend visiting. Overall, I had an incredible time in Egypt. It's a beautiful country. I'd love to go back and visit some of the places that I wasn't able to visit. It is a place that, because of its touristic nature, you need to be aware of how much things cost and how much you're being charged for various services. But if you're aware of that and careful not to film everything, you'll have a good time and you'll experience a really beautiful and ancient culture. I hope you found this video helpful. I'm constantly traveling. I'm currently in Moscow. If you like to follow my travels, you can follow me on Instagram and we can connect over there. I also have a weekly newsletter that goes out. And if you like to support these videos and the material that I produce, you can check out my Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you for watching and take care.